Good afternoon, my fishing brethren. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am back from our summer youth camp. We took about 100 kids up on the mountain and just ministered to them. Had a great camp, and they caused a whole bunch of mischief, and they got in trouble, and we had to send them to bed earlier. Of course, they didn't go to sleep, and they kept us up all week, and as tired and as exhausting as I am, and that trip was. It's such a fantastic opportunity to get out and be able to help some of those young adults. I hear all the time that our children are the future of the church. And I hate that saying, because our children, our teenagers, they're the church right now if we would just let them be. We tend to hold them back a lot of times. They see problems and solutions that we as adults can't see. They just have a different outlook. And if we would rely on them, if we'd ask their opinions at times, I think we would be so much better off than just ignoring them and pushing them over into the youth room. And you stay over there in your youth church, and we'll do real church over here for the adults. And I just think that's the wrong model. I think we really need to integrate more. But anyway, fantastic youth trip. If you ever get a chance to do that, take that opportunity. Also fished a tournament on Saturday, and I tied for dead last. Man, we didn't even boat a fish. It was a tough day. It was 102 degrees. Wind was blowing about 25, 30 miles an hour, and we just didn't get it done. We didn't find them, and it was really tough. So anyway, we've done well in the past. Up till this one, we did poorly on this one. I mean, we sucked it up pretty bad. So wait a couple weeks, and we'll got the next one. Hopefully we can redeem ourselves a little bit. So I don't know if you can notice. I don't even know if you can see it, but I'm in the old Skeeter. This boat is going to my dad. Be taking it to him this week, either tomorrow or Tuesday, and I'm really sad to see it go. But I thought I'm going to do some last minute things to it this evening and tomorrow before I hand it over to him. It's kind of nostalgic. It's kind of what started everything. The YouTube channel is what started my bass fishing career, if you will. The tournament stuff. It just it's brought me a whole lot of places in the past year that I've had it. So I'm sure going to miss the old thing. And anyway, I'm going to miss it. I wanted to talk to you about something real quick. Our fishing industry, it is growing. It's a growing sport. It's a growing industry. But there's something that I see that is pretty common. Sportsmen, hunters, fishermen, we're not a very giving people. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's just this kind of, I have my fishing spot, and you can't come into my fishing spot because it's mine. I have my place that I go hunt, and even though it's public land, that's my spot, and you can't hunt that. And we have this mentality that things are, that we don't think about things in abundance. We think about things as a pie, and I have my little slice of the pie, and that's all there is and ever will be, and it won't ever grow. And I just kind of have the opposite mindset, and I want to think about things in abundance. It's not a pie chart. It's just this ever-growing enterprise, and we should be sharing stuff. We should be sharing our spots. We should be sharing technique. We should be sharing time on the water. I mean, we should be sharing all of these things with people who are up and coming, young people who want to get into the sport, as well as people our own age. So at this tournament, I'm pretty open about stuff. Even the night before, after we've pre-fished and we've got our game plan down, if somebody comes and asks, hey man, I can't find the fish, getting tips, I'll just let them know. Hey, this is what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to be flipping in these bushes, and we're going to be using a weightless Cinco, and good luck. I don't have a problem doing that, but we become so tight-lipped and aggravated with each other that, there's $200 on the line, and we can't share our secrets with anyone. I mean, good grief, you're not Kevin Van Dam fishing for $300,000 tomorrow. It's a little local tournament. You're trying to move the sport forward. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I even heard one guy on Friday night, we were talking, and he said, I don't want any more people in our tournaments because we've about capped out. Well, that's ludicrous. We've got 35 to 40 boats that show up at the max. And that means the first place payout is $1,000, $1,200, something like that. Why wouldn't you want more boats? Why would you want to condense that and just have the same old group of people over and over and over again every week, week in, week out? It doesn't make any sense. We need to grow the sport. I'd rather have 100 boats than 40 boats. Number one, more people interested in the sport means more money for the lakes and the conservation efforts that we have, as well as more money that's up for grabs in the tournament. If you're trying to keep competition down, that means you're not secure in your skills. I can't get behind that mentality at all. It's the same way in the hunting world. We have We have this idea that everything is limited, there's only so many elk around, and we have to really keep those numbers compact, and you can't hunt because, you know, it'll take away from mine, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I come from Texas, and it's all private land in Texas, and, well, I can get $5,000 for that deer hunt, so I'm not going to let the local high school kid come and hunt my land for free. That's just giving away. I just don't understand it. I really don't. My whole viewpoint is to broaden horizons, allow people into the sport that don't have that avenue, and it'll grow from there naturally. I just think of things more in abundance. And I'll leave you with this. I was fishing about 3 weeks ago at one of my local lakes, and it was the evening time. It was just about dark, and I was finished, and I put the boat up on the boat dock, and to go get my pickup so I could back down and put the boat up for the night. And there was a gentleman. He was sitting on the dock, and he was fishing. Now this guy, he'd had some tough stuff going. You could tell he wasn't wealthy by any means. He was impoverished, and he was trying. I don't know. It could have been a sob story, but whatever. He was trying to catch fish for his family to eat. He lived right there close, and it was a cheap trip to come down and try to catch some fish. He'd been there for about 4 hours. I said, "Have you caught anything?" He said, "I've only caught 2 crappie." And I said, "Okay, well." So I went in, and I just got back in my boat, and I dug in. And that day, I had been killing the smallmouth on this little particular creature bait. And so I gave him a brand new bag of these creature baits. I gave him 2 bullet weights, and I gave him a package of hooks. Now that expense to me was $10. $3 for this little bag of creature baits, a couple of weights. They were tungsten weights, so they were nice weights, and a bag of hooks that I got on sale at Walmart for $1. $10. The man's entire countenance changed. I mean, it was like something lit up inside of him, and it was all because I took the time, got back on my boat, I dug through this stuff. I said, "Hey man, this really works for me today. Try it tomorrow whenever you come back out here, or whenever you can." Nobody had offered to help him all day. Here he is out here trying to catch fish for his family. And again, it might have been a sob story. I don't know. I don't care. Help people. Your whole journey in life should be to help other people. It's nothing to do with you. I want to tell you something, that God has given you gifts, talents, and resources, and none of them are intended for you alone. They're intended to help other people. God gives you money so you can bless others. God gives you talents so you can bless others. God gives you resources so you can bless others. If you're not helping people, you got it backwards and you got it wrong. We're meant to be rivers, not reservoirs. You've got to have an outlet. As things roll into your life, you've got to be able to give those things back. If you're unhappy in life, if you've got a pie chart mentality, start giving. And I promise you, things will open up. I don't mean to get preachy on you guys. I apologize for that. But fishing philosophy, to me, is about expanding the sport and about giving back. I hope that gives you a little bit of encouragement the next time you find yourself on the lake or a body of water. God bless y'all. Have a great, safe afternoon. We'll catch you next time.